Hey guys, welcome to Home Sweet Homeschool. My name is Ashley and I'm a homeschooling mom to one. Today I want to share with you our looping homeschool schedule. If you've never heard of a homeschool looping schedule, you can check out some videos on YouTube by Pam Barnhill. She has a ton of videos on how you plan a loop schedule, why you would want to have a loop schedule. She has a ton of good ideas, so check out Pam Barnhill for that. What we're doing for our looping activities is everything that we loop is going to be our what I'd call our fun subjects or our electives. So we have an artist study, life skills, a country study, cooking, typing, and then country study again. How this is going to work is that every day after we finish our main core subjects like math and reading and those kind of things, we will do one of these activities. Shouldn't take more than 10 minutes. I wouldn't think. It's going to be just a really quick, fun activity. And so what will happen is, like on Tuesday, we'll do the artist study. On Wednesday, we would do life skills. Thursday, country study. Friday, cooking. Then, because we go to co-op on Monday, we wouldn't do one on a Monday. So Tuesday would be typing, Wednesday, country study, and then it's just going to loop back to the top. You may be wondering, why do we have country study twice? Well, I wanted to make sure that we hit that more often than we hit the other ones, because that's what we're using for our geography. So I wanted to make sure in that loop that we got to it 2 times in our loop instead of just once. So I want to show you what we're using for each of these. So for our artist study, and this was something I made myself, I made the cover in Canva. You can get a lot of free clip art and you can design things in Canva for free. So I made this myself, and I use the website makingartfun.com for most of it. Like for this right here, it had a whole list of artists that you could print their biography, so that's what I did. And then it also had some things at the bottom that you could print, like coloring pages or art lessons or word searches. It had a lot of really cute stuff. So if it had something I thought we could use that would just take us a few minutes, that's what I picked. And then I also tried to find some clip art of their work so that he could see an example. But on makingartfun.com, they also have a walkthrough picture gallery that you can check out. So what we'll do is we'll study the artist, and we will create artwork inspired by something they did. So this is just some of the stuff that I found there. And then if I didn't have that artist on makingartfun.com, then I found clip art and found biography information and wrote one myself and put it in here. And then what I plan on doing is, as my son creates the artwork, I just put some of these clear sheets in the back. His artwork will go in that, and then we'll go right behind the lesson, so we'll just have something to look back on. Something else that I picked up for art, and I got this at a used bookstore, or it may have been Goodwill. This is called the Art Fraud Detective, and it's really cute. You're helping the security guard at the museum figure out which paintings are frauds. And so you have to spot the difference and solve the crime. So I thought if he did not want to study an artist that day, we could use this. That looked really cute. For life skills, we are going to use this. Now I know that you learn life skills just by living every day, but I kind of wanted to have a guide, something to make sure I wasn't skipping anything. I got this from Teachers Pay Teachers from Empowered by Them. It's a whole life skills packet, and they have a ton of stuff on there that you can choose from, but it has things in here about comparing prices when you go shopping. It has restaurant etiquette, doing chores, making an appointment, buying gifts, all those kind of things. So doing laundries in there. There's a lot of really good life skills. So again, that's Life Skills by Empowered by Them. For our country study, this was something else that I just created myself, where we'll just pull, different resources. We use YouTube, we use our library, We use the Magic Treehouse books because they have a lot of really good fact trackers that will help you with things like this. But I made this cover in Canva also. And then I don't do a ton of planning for this country study, but I did make a checklist, so I made sure that I hit each of these things. And I feel like if I cover each of these things for each country, I think we'll have a pretty good understanding of that country. So this is our checklist that we're going to use, and we'll just talk about each of these things when we get to the country. What I also did was from printableworldmap.net, I printed different continent maps. And so as you can see, we started this one in May. We started Egypt, and the first thing I like for him to do is name the continent that it's in and color a picture, or not color a picture, but color it in. And then what I have behind it is just, this is actually a set of notebooking pages. I think it's an Africa set of notebooking pages from notebookingpages.com. And I just printed it off, and of course that's his version of the flag. And then what we do is, as we're learning about the country, afterwards he'll notebook. He's not much of a writer or a drawer. He doesn't enjoy that. But this was when we talked about King Tut, and he knew that he had died at 19, and this was some of the things in his tomb. And so we talk about a lot of it if he doesn't want to write it down. But I plan on doing this for each of the countries. It's either finding notebook pages or creating my own that he can use. So we're going to finish up our Egypt study in August, and then we'll start another country in September. So like I said, I just printed these maps from printableworldmap.net. So that's what we use for that. For cooking, I bought two things. I picked up the unofficial Harry Potter cookbook. I actually found this at the Goodwill over in the kids section, so I didn't pay very much for it. This is something that I'll have to look at the calendar and figure out, when we're going to hit cooking, so I can pick out the recipe and buy the ingredients that we need. But I thought he would love this. He loves Harry Potter, so I thought he would like this book. And then I also picked up Cooking Class. I got this at Barnes & Noble, and it's a really neat book. It has 57 recipes that the kids can make. It talks about getting your kitchen in order, starting with good ingredients, kitchen vocabulary, and he loves to help me cook. Measuring, and has measurements and their conversions on this side. Careful with sharp stuff. So he's learning some life skills right here also. And the last thing that's in our loop that we haven't talked about yet is typing. And for typing, we're just going to use typing.com. I'm not going to buy a program right now. I think typing.com is going to be really good for him, just to give him an introduction to it, and I think he'll enjoy it. If you have any comments or questions about our loop or how to create a loop schedule or any of the things that I featured in this video, please leave them down below. Thanks so much for watching. Please share this with your friends, like, and subscribe.